Extended universes are a beautiful but often incredibly complicated thing. Finding key details can often be a headache. As excited as I am for Halo 5 Guardians, I know that some of that is because I have a vested interest in stories, settings, and in particular important characters that are finally making their in-game debut. Unfortunately, the majority of Halo 5's 8 lead characters are probably a mystery to most, so today, allow me to prime you for the next installment in the franchise and give you everything you need to know. In 2511, Dr. Catherine Halsey devises the Spartan 2 program, based on a previous operation called Orion, to turn the tide of civil war. It requires rigorous training of incredible candidates so that they might be at their absolute best. They're selected and kidnapped at youthful, easily influenced ages and thrown immediately into boot camp. On the planet Reach, humanity's biggest colony world outside of Earth, these recruits are biologically augmented and given their Mjolnir armour. Forced to adapt to difficult circumstances, the Spartans are immediately taught the importance of teamwork. Among the recruits, John 117, who would become known as the Master Chief, becomes the de facto leader amongst his colleagues, including Linda 058, Thread 104, and Kelly 087. Whilst its members change dependent on need, these four make up the core of Blue Team during the United Nations Space Command's new war with the tyrannical Covenant. Despite great success throughout many campaigns, war erupts on the surface of Reach in August of 2552. Coincidentally, all of the remaining Spartan 2 soldiers happen to occupy the planet. Unfortunately, the Covenant attack comes as a surprise. John escapes Reach's destruction aboard the Pillar of Autumn with a precious artificial intelligence called Cortana. It's assumed he's the last Spartan left alive. Following this, the Master Chief and Cortana arrive at Halo, an artifact that the Covenant believe will bring them to some kind of divinity, but is instead an ancient weapon. John safely disposes of it and returns to Reach in hope of finding surviving team members. Upon arriving, he does indeed find the likes of Catherine Halsey as well as the rest of Blue Team before returning to Earth. They have little time to rest and recover, however, before the next Covenant invasion begins. As John chases the Covenant prophets, Fred, Linda and Kelly are deployed to the planet Onyx to assist Halsey in finding what she believes to be technology that will win them the war. However, Onyx is a shield world within slip space and the Spartans find themselves trapped. It turns out this was Halsey's plan all along, to save her soldiers from the increasing likelihood of a Covenant victory. When the planet finally returns to normal space in 2553, the group successfully escapes, but Halsey is arrested for war crimes. By this time, fighting with the Covenant is coming to a close. Master Chief has destroyed the Ark and has been stranded in space upon the forward unto dawn. In the 4 years between going into cryogenic sleep, waking up, reactivating the Prometheans and returning to Earth, Fred, Linda and Kelly actively serve the UNSC. When John does return, he's finally reunited with his squad mates. Despite orders to rest, Blue Team immediately take mission after mission as the Master Chief quietly mourns for the loss of Cortana. Sometime after this, we know that Blue Team, for reasons we have to assume we'll find out soon, turn their backs on the UNSC and go AWOL. With such prized and deadly assets lost in the field, the Office of Naval Intelligence assemble a team of Spartan 4 called Fireteam Osiris to track them down. The Spartan 4 program includes similar procedures to its predecessors, but without the egregious morality, turning the best and most faithful of the UNSC into the new breed of super soldier. The leader of Fireteam Osiris is Jameson Locke, an orphan of the Covenant's destruction who spent his formative years working as a tracker and assassin. Locke is so masterful at what he does that he attracts the attention of ONI and is asked to enlist in the UNSC, where he later fights in the Human Covenant War. Following this, Locke continues to prove his worth as a soldier and a leader. He's offered a chance to make even more of a difference as a Spartan 4. Someone who also defended Earth in 2552 was Edward Buck, a man who enlisted as soon as the Covenant made themselves known. After seeing his home glassed and survivors eaten by grunts and jackals, Buck's destructive forces led him to join the Hell Jumpers, or ODST. Buck displays a fantastic devotion to his fellow soldiers during his time in Alpha 9 fighting on Earth. He's eventually approached by Spartan 3 June and asked to join the Spartan 4 program. He's the only person to decline this offer on the grounds that his teammates were not given the same deal. By 2554, things change, however. Alpha 9's Dutch retires to be with his wife, and the rookie is killed by insurrectionists. June approaches Buck once more and requests that he and his 2 remaining squad mates become Spartans. In 2555, on the planet of Talista, what's left of Alpha 9 dissolves when Mickey Crespo switches sides, the guilt of the rookie's death weighing on his mind. Buck overpowers Mickey in a fist fight and turns him into ONI, requesting that he's given a new assignment. Unlike Buck and Locke, Osiris' Olympia Vale did not serve on the field in the Human Covenant War. At the age of 11, her parents divorce and her mother, a UNSC naval intelligence officer, is reassigned to Earth. On the trip home, however, the slip-space drive of the ship carrying them malfunctions, turning the journey into a 6-month slog through Covenant-inhabited space. To pass the time, Vale listens to the language of the Sangheili, better known as elites, and quickly becomes an expert in it. She later joins ONI. Following the war, she spends a lot of time living on Sangheili worlds. Vale becomes invaluable during peace talks between humans and the Arbiter's Swords of Sangheili tribe. In 2555, a mixed species team assembles to stop an activation of the Halo rings. Vale is sent with them. In fact, it's her expertise of the Sangheili language that makes all the difference. Following this, she spends some time honing her combat skills, and it isn't long before she's picked to become a Spartan 4. Finally, we have Holly Tanaka, a victim of the Covenant's glassing of her homeworld. Though her mother and brothers are lost, Holly, her father, and 9 others survive and wait for rescue. With horrendous weather conditions, others losing their sanity, and scavenging Covenant, Tanaka learns a great degree of engineering and survival know-how in the 3 years waiting for the UNSC. When they do show up, Tanaka immediately enlists. Her time as a Marine comes to an end when she stands up to her commanding officer about a distress beacon on a glassed world. She argues that it must be investigated because of her own experiences. Sure enough, she and a team are sent in to find and return survivors despite Covenant interference. Her CO recommends her as a Spartan 4, and Fireteam Osiris are complete. Originally, Osiris is sent out to investigate strange seismic disturbances happening in multiple human colonies, but sure enough, Locke and company are tasked with retrieving an AWOL chief, and this is where Halo 5 really kicks off. Beyond that, everything is as much a mystery to me as it is to you, but soon the answers will be with us. Halo 5 Guardians releases worldwide on the 27th of October, only on Xbox One.